Good afternoon and welcome to Lovington Wildcat Baseball from New Walmart Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. Final home game of the regular season. It is must-win time for the Lovington Wildcats as they take on the Portales Rams. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan on assignment tonight across campus over at Lady Cat Field, but here at Wildcat Park, the final home game of the regular season as the Portales Rams are in town. Starting lineups for the visiting Rams under head coach Nick Schiffner. They come in at 7-15 on the year, 0-6 in district, but right now they are hanging on to the number 16 slot in the Max Preps matrix in Class 4A, which means they might sneak into the playoffs. Their starting lineup today: batting first will be Jacoby Bamforth, the center fielder. Batting second and pitching, Tommy Salgado. Batting third is the right fielder, Carson Pfaffenberger. Batting fourth, playing second, will be Luis Nunez. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, Adam Duran. In the sixth slot is the catcher, Angel Gutierrez. Batting seventh, playing third, Lalo Aranda. Batting eighth is the DH, John Bamforth. He hits in place of Knox Ballou, the first baseman. And then Ethan Nahara is the number 9 hitter playing in left field. For your Lovington Wildcats today under head coach Christian Cruz, 7-16 on the year, 0-6 also in district, and they would miss the playoffs if they just went solely by the Max Preps matrix. They are number 18 right now in Class 4A. Peyton Thurman leads it off and plays third, batting second, playing in left, Paul Sanchez. Hitting in the 3 slot is the shortstop, Jude Madrid. Batting fourth, playing first, Auden Paredes. Batting fifth and getting the start on the hill today will be Juan Sepulveda. In the 6th slot, playing in right, Fidencio Lujan. Batting seventh is the DH, Jonah Wood. He hits in place of Abraham Rodriguez. Playing center, Jeremiah Romero is the catcher, batting eighth. And in the 9 slot is the second baseman, Tristan Barriga. So getting ready for the start of this one. 60 degrees on an overcast, rainy feeling Thursday afternoon. The Cats in the home blue tops with the white pants, white letters and numbers. Portales were in the road reds with white letters and numbers and white pants. It is Lovington Portales. Forget the records, forget what's going on. It's time to play some baseball. So Sepulveda on the hill is ready to go to Bamforth, and the first pitch swung on, and that one will be laced out into shallow right field, and that one is going to drop in front of Lujan, and it will be a leadoff single. And then bobbled around and trying to take second is Bamforth, and he gets burned down. So Bamforth with the single, and then as Lovington kind of lollygags it around a little bit, gets burned down. It will go 9-6 for out number 1. So a leadoff single immediately wiped away. And so now we go to Tommy Salgado, pitcher-on-pitcher duel for the lefty as Sepulveda, the big righty, kicks and deals, and that fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count just underway here, 1 down. Sepulveda has the sign that he wants. He's ready with the high leg kick, kicks and deals. Swung on. That one is hit off the fists and next to the Lovington dugout. So Sepulveda up over Salgado. No balls and 2 strikes. Sepulveda, Romero, they are your battery for this afternoon. Paredes, Barriga, Madrid, Thurman the infield from first to third. As Sepulveda will deal the 0-2 pitch curveball, and that one going to miss just high for ball number 1. You've got Sanchez, Rodriguez, and Lujan. They are the outfield from left to right. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 down, top of the first inning. And the pitch swung on, and that one hit off the end of the bat foul over to the retaining wall. Of course, as we go through this game, we will look at all of the potential playoff scenarios really for Lovington. I think their only chance of getting in is they probably are going to have to sweep Portales, and that may be Portales' only hope too, is to sweep this one. I think probably no matter if one of them does sweep, they're probably still going to need some help. That fastball going to be at the top of the zone. Ring him up, sit him down. Sepulveda, the fastball right at the top of the zone. Ring him up for out number 2. So 2 down. And now Carson Pfaffenberger, the right fielder, hitting over 500 on the season, will step in. So the 3rd straight lefty to come up for Coach Schiffner. Pfaffenberger, the lanky lefty, will settle into that side of the box as Sepulveda Gets the signs that he wants from Romero, and he is ready to go, and he will kick and deal, and that one is high in the air. Out to left field. Moving out on it is Sanchez, having to adjust around on it, and makes the grab for out number 3. So the fly out to left. 3 up, 3 down for Portales. We've played a half inning. Portales nothing. Lovington coming to bat. Wildcat baseball back in a moment.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent?
Wants from Romero, and he
More than an insurance agency, they're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
in the top of the first, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on, or nobody left on base. So we go to the top or bottom of the first inning. It'll be Thurman, Sanchez, and Madrid. That is 1, 2, 3 for the Wildcats. Salgado on the hill for the Rams of Portales. Gutierrez is his catcher. Ballou, Nunez, Duran, and Aranda around the infield, first to third. Nahara, Bamforth, and Pfaffenberger, the outfield from left to right. So Salgado, the lanky lefty, on the hill. Portales on the season, as we mentioned, 7-15, 0-6 in district. Both these teams looking for their first district win, and both of them hoping for playoffs in their future. But I really think it is probably going to take a sweep by one of these teams to get them in, and they may even still need a little help down around them in the standings. But we'll talk about that as we move through the game. So Peyton Thurman will step in for the Wildcats, and we are underway as the lefty deals, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike one. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Thurman quickly back in. Salgado quickly back to work. And the 0-1 pitch fastball on the inside corner is called strike 2. So Thurman quickly down on the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Final home game of the season for the Cats. The 0-2 pitch, and that one is going to be in the dirt for ball number 1. Blocked out by Gutierrez. Nobody on, though, so even if it had gotten by him, no harm, no foul, really. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count as Salgado kicks and fires. The curveball hangs up, stays up high for ball 2. Of course, the coolest temps we've faced since probably back early in the season. Only 60 degrees at first pitch. 2-2 pitch swung on and missed as Thurman goes down swinging for out number 1. So 1 down as now it'll be Paul Sanchez to the plate. Paul going to bring over baseball to the umpire. So it'll be a lefty on lefty duel as Sanchez will settle into the box. Ahead of playing into the gap in left center. And the first pitch to Sanchez is in there for a called strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. But on to playing towards the hole at short, and the pitch swung on, and that's a ground shot going to find its way through between second and the bag at second base, and Sanchez has the 1-out single to center. So 1 on, 1 out, and now it'll be Jude Madrid to the plate. Madrid going to try and get the bat going with a runner over at first in Sanchez. So Madrid with a little bit of pop there and good speed with Sanchez on the base pass as Ballou holds him on. Salgado will kick and deal, swung on, and that's a hard shot. Third baseman knocks it down. He goes to the short route to second, who tries to turn it to first. Not going to be in time. Sanchez will be forced out 5-4 for out number 2, and Madrid will reach via the fielder's choice. So 2 down now, still a runner at first as Paredes will step in. Normally the third baseman, but getting the start at first today with Sepulveda on the hill. So Salgado checks Madrid at first. He comes to the plate, and that one is going to bounce off the plate. And Madrid will take off on the wild pitch. Took Gutierrez a minute to get to that when it kind of skittered up the line towards the Lovington dugout. So runner at second on the wild pitch is Lovington with a man in scoring position and a 1-ball, no strike count at the plate. Umpire going to dust things off. I guess is they're probably going to try and keep this one moving along at a pretty good clip with the threat of inclement weather. And, ooh, Salgado comes off the rubber and almost a balk there. So now he's ready, and he'll come to the plate and swung on, and that one will be fouled off. Hit the foot, hit the plate, and then went out. Paredes going to have to walk that one off as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Paredes trying to walk it off out there. Yep, never feels real good depending on, I didn't see for sure where it hit, but if it comes off the foot or off the ankle, there's not a lot of padding there, and timeout asked for. And the umpire giving a warning to Salgado about his set. He got the warning, so no balk there. Now he will set at the belt, check on the runner, and he will come to the plate, swung on, and that one will be fouled over next to the Lovington dugout by Paredes, the Wildcat cleanup hitter. Now trails in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, the doubleheader was originally scheduled for tomorrow to wrap this series up, but because of weather, and Madrid goes before anybody goes, and the throw over to third, and it is not going to be in time as Madrid pops off the bag and has to scramble back as Aranda slaps down a tag, but Madrid getting the hand down, so Madrid will steal third. Inattentiveness by the Portales defense. Now Lovington with a man 90 feet away, and that'll be a hard shot off of the bounce. It'll be handled by Duran, and then he will airmail it over to first, so the error will score a run as Paredes heads to second, and the throw down to second is going to be in time, but the run does score as Madrid will come in on the E5. Paredes will reach via the error, and then he will be out 3-6 for out number 3. But Lovington does manage to Frankenstein a run onto the board. So after an inning of play, it is Lovington 1, Portales nothing. Wildcat Baseball returns in a moment.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Wildcats get 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error committed by Portales, and nobody left on base. So we head to the top of the second. It'll be Luis Nunez, followed by Adam Duran, then Angel Gutierrez. It is 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Rams. So Sepulveda on the hill, a very efficient first inning as he will wind and deal, and the first pitch is going to be shot foul out into left field for strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Outfield playing fairly deep and straight away. Everybody else pretty much straight up. Barriga back a little bit. Got the heels on the cutout back in the hole at second. And Sepulveda, the 0-1 pitch. Fastball going to miss inside as Romero tries to frame it up. Ump doesn't buy it. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Sepulveda, pretty quick worker. 1-1 pitch, and that one will be on the outside corner. Good pitch from Sepulveda to Nunez. and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Final games of the season will be Saturday now in Portales. We will have those for you. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up, sent him down. Second K for Sepulveda. And there is one away here in this top of the second inning. It's going to be Adam Duran, the shortstop, to the plate. So Duran, wearing number 23. Takes a look at the bat as Sepulveda off on the first base side of the rubber. Adjusts the cap. Digs himself in, sets himself on that first base side. Right at the front of the box is Duran, and Sepulveda kicks and fires, and the fastball beats Duran for strike number 1. So a 0-ball, 1-strike count. Outfield playing about 2/3 of the way back. Everybody straight up on the infield. And the 0-1 pitch, curveball, that one is in there. Good pitch from Sepulveda for strike number 2. So the 0-ball, 2-strike count. Lovington and Portales both going to pull out all of the stops in this series, you got to think. And the 0-2 pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down. Back-to-back Ks for Sepulveda. And there is 2 away here in this top half of the second inning, with now Angel Gutierrez, the catcher, to the plate.
Number 11, Angel Gutierrez.
Gutierrez will step in, another lefty for Coach Schiffner. The 4th lefty in the lineups thus far. Line in the first pitch, swung on, and that's right back to Sepulveda. Sepulveda gonna trot over towards first, then the soft toss underhand to Paredes, 1-3 for out number 3. So it is a quick 1-2-3 for the Rams in their half of the second. An inning and a half in the books. It is Lovington 1, Portales nothing. Wildcat Baseball returns on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in, backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 1-2-3 go the Rams in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Sepulveda, Lujan, and Wood. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Cats, leading this one by a score of 1-0 on senior night. Just the single game here today, then the doubleheader on Saturday in Portales. As Salgado ready to go, and the first pitch, and that one is heading to the Parklands. Foul over the Portales dugout for strike number 1. So Sepulveda, pitcher-on-pitcher duel. Chance to help his own cause, leading things off here in the second with a 1-0 lead. And the 0-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a chopper, could be trouble. Duran knocks it down in the hole at second and then fires over and overthrows the intended target, and his second error of the ball game, and it goes into the dugout before popping out. So that will award Sepulveda the bag at second. So Sepulveda will reach on the E6 and then stand at second. So 2 errors for Portales, and the Wildcats in business. Lucas Barunda will check in to run for Sepulveda. So Barunda with good speed on at second, and now Fidencio Lujan to go to the plate. Lujan with a little pop in the bat, and so Lovington threatens after reaching via the error. Second error on Duran, and the first pitch, and that one will be inside for ball number 1 to Lujan. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Cats with the 1-0 lead, trying to make it a second run. Then a all-considered pickoff attempt, spinning around I think I would challenge the arm of Gutierrez if you get the opportunity to. 1-0 at the plate, and that one is outside for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Barunda stands at second after Sepulveda reached via the error. Good lead out there. Duran keeping him honest. And the 2-0 pitch, and that fastball is going to nip the black on the outside corner for a called strike 1. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. As Lujan waits, Salgado deals. That one is going to bounce for ball number 3. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. To Lujan at the plate. Waiting on it, and the 3-1 pitch fastball, and that one is going to miss just outside for ball 4. So runners at first and second now. And 2 on, nobody out, and the Wildcats threatening here in the second. And so that'll bring Jonah Wood, the DH, to the plate. So Jonah will step in. Twirls the bat, ready to go. Lujan at first, Barunda at second. And the first pitch is going to be high to Wood for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Salgado struggling to find the strike zone just a little bit. Of course, he's been let down by his defense in both the first and the second inning. The pitch swung on. That'll be a little line shot right to the second baseman, Nunez, who goes to Ballou, and then they go across, and it is it is a double play. Not a triple play, but it missed being a triple play by about a half a foot. My goodness gracious. So Wood lines it out to Nunez at second, and then they got Lujan off, and so he's out 4-3, so it is a double play, and just like that, there is 2 down for the Wildcats, and we almost saw a triple play. Wowzer. Now Jeremiah Romero to the plate with 2 down, still a runner at second, as the Portales defense almost bailed Salgado completely out of the jam there. So Romero, the catcher, ready to go. The neutral stance, and the first pitch is going to be high for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. And the pitch inside, ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Runner at second is Barunda. So now Romero going to show bunt. Salgado deals as Romero pulls it back, and that one is going to miss. And that is ball 3, but he's going to trot on down on ball 4. So, okay, I guess I just missed a pitch somewhere. It's been known to happen, so second walk in the inning. And runners at first and second with Tristan Barriga to the plate. We'll have a courtesy runner back into the ball game. That will be Kevin Chavira for the catcher Romero. So Chavira will run at first as Barriga steps in. And the first pitch swung on and missed as the Wildcat second baseman takes a big cut but comes up empty. Strike number 1. So a 0-ball, 1 strike count. Quickly back to work. That one's high. Runner goes down, and burned down, going to third as the attempted steal by Barunda. He is cut down 2-5 for out number 3. So that'll end the Wildcat threat in the second. We head to the third. Wildcats with the 1-0 lead. Wildcat baseball back in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
The Cats threaten but come up empty in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, one error committed by Portales, and one runner left on the base pass. So we go to the top of the third. It'll be 7, 8, and 9, and on to Bamforth and Nahara due up for Portales. Welcome back here to Wildcat Park. I'm TJ Miracle, flying solo today. Dawn Morgan across campus over at Lady Wildcat Field. The Lady Wildcats ending up their season doubleheader against Goddard. They were in the lead when I checked it earlier. Pretty big over there, trying to lock up second place in the district race. They can beat Goddard once today, they would do that. So now Lalo Aranda will step in. So Aranda ready to go. And Sepulveda back on the hill. So he will fire the first one, and that one is on the ground. It is knocked down, and Thurman gets it down but cannot control it. It'll be an E5 to lead things off for Aranda. So the first error for the Wildcats. Sometimes those have bit them in the tail end. So one on and nobody out, and now it'll be John Bamforth, the DH, to the plate. So Bamforth will step up to the dish with a runner at first. Not much of a lead over there for Aranda. Holding him on is Paredes. Sepulveda from the stretch checks. And the pitch, fastball inside, and that will be ball number one. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Again, not much of a lead for Aranda. And the runner goes as that one high, and the throw down to second on the wrong side of the bag. Don't think they would have gotten Aranda, who shows pretty good speed, so he will get the stolen base. And it is ball two to Bamforth at the plate. So a 2-ball, no strike count. So now the runner at second. 2-0 at the plate. Sepulveda checks on the runner. Barriga over towards second, keeping him honest. And the 2-0 pitch swung on and missed. Good pitch there from Sepulveda, and that will be strike number one. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. Bamforth, the DH, the open stance right in the middle of the box. Good lead over at second for Aranda. 2-1 pitch, and that one will be inside for ball number 3. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Sepulveda looks in, gets his sign from Romero, ready to go. When he's in the stretch, he sets between the belt and the letters. 3-1 pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Runs it up there and says, yep. Here it is, see if you can take care of it. He could not that time. So Bamforth, the DH, now with a full count. First full count faced by either team in this ball game. Sepulveda ready, and the payoff pitch. Fastball swung on, and that one is fouled off. Bamforth gets a piece of it to stay alive, and we'll reset at 3-2. First runner in scoring position of the afternoon for the Rams is Aranda. Reach via an error, then stole second. Bamforth back in, and Sepulveda ready to go. 3-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Ring him up, sit him down. That'll be the 4th K of the ball game for Sepulveda, and there is one down for Portales. Is now the number 9 hitter, Ethan Naheda, to the plate. So Naheda will settle in. Old school, does not use batting gloves, and he'll take the first pitch, and he will shoot that one up the middle. That could get a run home. Good speed. Aranda around third and heading home, and it'll be an RBI single for Ethan Naheda. Shoots the first pitch he sees right back up the middle, and will cash in Aranda, and we are tied at 1 apiece. So now back to the top of the lineup, Jacoby Bamforth to the plate. Bamforth singled to lead the game off, and then got caught trying to turn that single into a double. So Bamforth will settle in, and the runner goes on the first pitch, and the throw down is going to be in time, but gets away from everybody. It'll be another error on the Wildcats. Throw to third and burn him down, and so the error will not matter. So Nahara will have the stolen base, and then he will be thrown out 8-5 for out number 2. So wipe out the base runner. And so I don't have to put the error in the book because it results in an out. So now 2 down. And it'll be ball 1 to Bamforth at the plate. So a 1 ball, no strike count to the lefty Bamforth. Base is clear now. And the pitch, fastball at the knees, outside corner, evens things up at a ball and a strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Sepulveda still pitching from the stretch. Now he's ready, and the 1-1. That one is going to be right down the slot. Late break on that one, so the cutter for strike number 2. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. And Sepulveda ready to go after the Rams leadoff hitter. The 1-2 pitch, that one's going to be in the dirt, ball 2. Things even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Everybody playing pretty well straight up. Outfield about 2/3 of the way back. Romero sends the signals out, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Ouch, ding dong. That's going to get him right above the 2 between the shoulder blades. So the first hit batter of the ball game, and Portales has a man on first once again. So now it'll be Tommy Salgado to the plate, another lefty in the arsenal for Coach Schiffner. 4 of them in his starting lineup. Now his pitcher Salgado will step in. Salgado 0 for 1, struck out back in the first. So he steps in with an opportunity to help his own cause, with this game tied at 1. Bamforth, good speed, leads off. And the first pitch will be high for ball number 1. A 1 ball, no strike count. Cats and the Rams from here in Lovington today. Final home game of the season for the Wildcats. Must-win affairs for both these teams. 1-0 pitch, that one is high for ball 2. So with 2 ball, no strike count. Sepulveda extremely efficient through the first inning, but has started to rack a few pitches up here in the third. And the 2-0 pitch, runner goes, swung on, hit and run is on. That one is high in the air. Giving chase is Thurman in front of the Lovington dugout and makes the grab for out number 3. So the pop out into foul ground will end Portales' inning, but not before they put a run across. We head to the bottom of the third, tied at 1. It's Lovington and Portales right here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Back here at Lovington Wildcat Park, Portales cashes in 1 run on 1 hit, 1 Lovington error, and 1 runner left on base. So we are tied at 1, going to the bottom of the third. As I do some quick work here, as it will be 9-1-2 due up for Lovington, as Tristan Barriga will step to the plate. He was actually up at the plate when Barunda got caught trying to steal third. So Barriga will step up. So his first official plate appearance, the number 9 hitter, 9-1-2 due up. As he'll show bunt, and he will lay a butte down the third baseline. Third baseman gets it, and he sails it over to first, and it will be in time to get the speedy Barriga. So Aranda with a good throw to Ballou that time. 5 to 3 for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down is now Peyton Thurman to the plate for the Wildcats. Thurman struck out to start the game. And he'll take the first pitch high for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count to Thurman. And the pitch, and that one is going to be in there, dropped by the catcher Gutierrez, but it's still called strike 1. So the count evens up at a ball and a strike with 1 down. All tied at 1. Salgado delivers, swung on, and that one hit high in the air to shallow center field. That one is going to drop in. The little Texas leaguer dumps in front of Bamforth and between Bamforth and Nunez. And so it'll be a 1-out blooper to center for Thurman, and the Wildcats in business. So now it'll be Paul Sanchez to the plate. Sanchez singled his last time up, then was forced out on a fielder's choice. So he is 1 for 1. So now a chance to do some damage. Single to center, his first time up, and the first pitch from Salgado was away for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Leading off of first is Thurman. Blue holds him on, and a good sweeper is going to miss ball 2. So a 2 ball, no strike count. Salgado with the 2-0 pitch and stepping out and asking for time was Sanchez. Was it granted? Must have been granted, so the pitch never happened. So now they say we're ready. And Salgado will deal the 2-0, and that one, well, they didn't give him time before, and it was a ball, so that'll be ball 4. And so Lovington now with runners at first and second as Salgado gives up his 3rd walk of the ball game. So now Jude Madrid to the plate. Madrid grounding into the fielder's choice his last time up. But now 1 out, runners at first and second, and he will tip the first one for strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Thurman, good lead off of second. Both middle infielders playing in a little bit. 1 pitch for Madrid. It's a line shot into shallow center field as Coach Cruz is going to hold up the runner at third, but then it'll be an error as miscommunication. Lovington going to wind up getting a score out of it as Sanchez rounded second and was heading for third and realized he got burned as the shortstop Duran then threw it over the head of Aranda. So instead of an out, Thurman will score on an error. It'll be an E6. And that'll let Sanchez get over to third, and Madrid with the single stands over at second. So Lovington will take the 2-1 lead. And so now Auden Paredes to the plate. Auden reached on an error and then almost got tripled up. And the first pitch to him will be high for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Lovington back up in this one, 2-1. 3 errors have led to both Lovington runs as that one's going to be high for ball number 2. So a 2 ball and no strike count to the cleanup hitter for the Wildcats, Paredes. And the 2-0 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air out to deep left field. Going back is Najeda at the track, and it's in his glove and out. That'll score a run. Another error. Madrid will tag up, and he will head to third, and another error. Paredes will reach on the E7, and that will cash in Sanchez, and Lovington taking advantage of the errors. 2 errors in the inning. Madrid to third, Paredes to second, reaching via the error. As Coach Schiffler coming out to try and settle his team down. 4 errors through 2 1/3 innings, and Lovington with an opportunity to break things out with 1 out, and now Juan Sepulveda to the plate. Sepulveda reaching via the error his last time up. Of course, while we have a moment, big thanks to all of our great sponsors making Lovington Wildcat and Lady Cat sports possible all season long. Football, volleyball, soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, powerlifting. We've done a little bit of everything this year. So Sepulveda will step to the plate. Again, Sepulveda reaching via the air. So now runners at second and third. Paredes at second. Madrid at third. And the first pitch to Sepulveda is right down the slot for strike number one. So a no ball, one strike count. And a pickoff attempt, and that one is going to get spiked, and it'll be an E1 that's going to go out into left field. And I don't know what Salgado was doing with that one, if it was a fake throw that he just lost, or I don't know. But the A1, fifth error of the ball game, makes this a 4-1 affair, as Auden Paredes will move down to third. Yeesh. So Sepulveda at the plate. Down in the count, no balls, one strike, but Lovington has cashed in 3 on 3 Portales errors. Fastball away. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Salgado has not pitched poorly, but his defense has definitely let him down. 1-1 pitch, and that one will be on the outside corner. Nice pitch there on the comeback from Salgado for strike 2. So it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The wind and the 1-2 pitch, that one sails up and away. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The wind and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a chopper towards short. Duran waits on it, and then he bobbles it, and it will have no play. And another error, the 6th error of the ball game. In the third by Duran will cash in another run. The way that one went, I do believe that Paredes would have scored, so it'll be an RBI for Sepulveda, and it is now 5-0 as Barunda back in to run, and Fidencio Lujan to the plate. Now Fidencio Lujan to the plate. Fidencio walked his last time up, and the first pitch, low bridge, over the head for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Leading off of first is Barunda. Baloo holds him on, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is heading to the street. Watch out as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So it'll be a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Barunda leads off of first. Ooh, that was almost a balk and fouled off as off the hands in dribbling over on the first base side of things for strike 2. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Sepulveda leads off of first. The wind and the 1-2 pitch inside ding dong. That's going to get Lujan. So he is hit by the pitch, and now the Cats in business with runners at first and second. First hit batter for Portales pitching. And the line continues to move for Lovington as now Jonah Wood to the plate. Wood lined into a double play his last time up. Almost turned into a triple. So Wood will step to the dish, the open stance. Lujan at first, Barunda at second, and the fastball from Salgado swung on and missed. And it is a no-ball, 1-strike count. Quickly back to work. That one going to sail, evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Again, if these two teams want to make the playoffs, I think a sweep is going to be necessary. And the 1-1 pitch, that one is away for ball number 2. There are some teams underneath them and right around them that could jump them when everything is released on Sunday, as that one will sail high for ball 3. So a 3-ball, 1-strike count. And we'll look at that as time allows here in a bit. So a 3-ball, 1-strike count to Wood, the DH, at the plate. I guess as he will have the green light and a pickoff attempt. Barunda back to second safely. Salgado, not a great move, and every time he does that, he almost balks. So he comes set, comes to the plate, and that one will be high for ball 4, and that will walk the bases loaded. 4th walk issued by Salgado. Barunda trots to third, Lujan to second, and now the bases are full of Wildcats and nowhere to put them. as the catcher, Gutierrez, is going to come out and have a word with Salgado. Is now Jeremiah Romero to the plate. He worked a walk his last time up. And when you're looking at things in the standings and the rankings, at least out of Max Preps, you've got Valencia at 10 and 14, and they are third in their district. And you got Miramur at 11 and 13, Kirtland Central 10 and 15. All of them potentially could get in. Of course, then you got Lovington and Portales. A sweep would get them to 10 wins, but get either one of these teams to 10 wins, but I think you're going to have to do that to maybe squeak in. And the pitch to Romero. That one is on the outside corner and evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Salgado wheels, fires, and misfiring is Romero, strike 2. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Digs back in with the bases loaded. And the pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3 as Romero goes down swinging. Second K of the ball game for Salgado, and there's 2 down for the Wildcats. They put 4 up this inning. They would like to keep the line moving as Tristan Barriga steps in. Barriga grounded out to start the inning. So the Wildcats have batted around. He grounded out to Aranda at third. Bases loaded. Number 9 hitter to the plate, and that one going to sail high for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count. Wood at first, Lujan at second, Barunda at third. The wind and the 1-0 pitch, that one gets spiked, ball 2. Your Barriga, just sit there until he throws you exactly what you want. Make him pitch to you. He finds a way on Peyton Thurman, waits on deck. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one right down the slot, but must not have been that down the slot. That'll be ball 3. Looked pretty good from up here, but so now a 3-0 count, and high for ball 4, and it'll be an RBI walk issued. So Barriga trots down to first as Barunda trots in. 5th walk of the ball game issued by Salgado. And the Cats take the 6-1 lead. So that'll move Lujan to third, Wood to second, and Barriga at first. So Thurman, 1 for 2, and the first pitch to Thurman is going to be high for ball number 1. Thurman singled and scored on an error. Bases still loaded for the Wildcats. Salgado having all kinds of heck finding the strike zone now. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one is going to be at the knees. And finds it there as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Salgado quickly back to work in the 1-1 pitch, and that one a good pitch, nips the inside corner, called strike 2. Excellent inside pitch as Salgado has picked up the pace, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted in the air to shallow center. That one will drop in, then bobbled by Bamforth out in center. That'll score 1. That will score 2. As Lujan will get cashed in, Wood gets cashed in, and it's a 2 RBI single to center for Peyton Thurman. And the Cats take the 8-1 lead as here comes Coach Schlittler, and that will do it for Salgado. You can't close the book on him just yet because he's still responsible for Barriga standing at Thurman standing at first, but the Cats have exploded for 7 in the inning. We'll take a timeout with the pitching change and come back as Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
And after the pitching change back here at Lovington Wildcat Park, the Cats looking to keep the line moving as Paul Sanchez will be the first batter that will be faced by Truett Price, and he'll have a slow roller to third as Aranda with it fires to first, and just in time to get the speedy Sanchez 5-3 for out number 3, but the Cats cash in 7, so we head to the top of the 4th. Lovington 8, Portales 1. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
For the Wildcats, they get 7 runs on just 3 hits, 4 errors committed by Portales, and 2 runners left on. So for the Rams going into the 4th, it'll be 3, 4, and 5, Pfaffenberger, Nunez, and Duran. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. So Pfaffenberger flew out to left his last time up. So the lefty right fielder steps in, and Sepulveda's first pitch gets him with the cutter, strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count just underway here in the 4th. Lovington double duty today. Lovington Lady Cats over at Lady Cat Field, and the 0-1 pitch swung on through the cutter again, and Pfaffenberger gets a piece of it. Tinks it off foul to the right side for strike 2. So 0-2 the count. Sepulveda very efficient through the first 2 innings, struggled just a little bit in the 3rd. And now back out trying to find the command again here in the 4th. And the 0-2 pitch fastball swung on, lifted in the air to shallow center field. A little Texas leaguer going to fall in. Rodriguez on the run will get it in, but it'll be a leadoff single for Pfaffenberger to center. And so now it'll bring Luis Nunez to the plate. Nunez 0 for 1 was a strikeout victim his last time up. Let me get that moved around. So Nunez will step in. Runner at first is Pfaffenberger. Pretty good speed over there. And the first pitch, and that one will be away for ball number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Pfaffenberger with the leadoff single to center, dumped 1 in. So now Sepulveda. Always from the stretch, but he'll check on the runner. Paredes holding on Pfaffenberger. Infield at double play depth. The 1-0 pitch, fastball, outside corner. Yes, sir. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So it'll be a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Cats lead this one by 7. 8-1 is the score. A must-win situation. And the 1-1 pitch, curveball, and yes, sir, nips the inside corner. Good breaker there from Sepulveda for strike 2. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Nunez out, looks down to Coach Schiffner in the third base box. Sepulveda checks Pfaffenberger at first and comes to the plate, and that one is going to be a wild pitch. Gets away from Romero. And so Pfaffenberger on the wild pitch will trot on down to second as the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. Nobody out, runner in scoring position for Portales as they try and climb out of a 7-run hole. Checking the runner, and the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side as coming in on it is Lujan. He calls off Barriga and makes the catch for out number 1. And Lujan with the good arm out there basically dares Pfaffenberger to try to go. He thinks better of it and keeps himself stapled over at second. So 1 down now is Adam Duran to the plate. Now Duran has had his struggles in the field and trying to make up for it a little bit with the open stance. Romero sets up on the outside. And the first pitch, curveball, that one going to miss. Romero keeps it in front of him. It'll be ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Pfaffenberger leads off second, and then the pickoff attempt. Barriga almost not ready for that one. Has to scramble to get to it as Sepulveda just flicked it back there. Almost disaster, but a good play by Barriga to keep the runner right where he's at. 1-0 pitch at the plate, and that one will be up high. Tried the cutter, and it hangs. And that'll be ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Sepulveda checks on the runner over at second. And the 2-1 to the plate, and that one's into the parking lot. And so now it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Lovington leads by 7. Portales trying to claw into it here in the top of the 4th. And to the plate, that one's going to be in the dirt. Gets away from Romero, but he manages to get to it quickly. Pfaffenberger thinks about taking off. That's probably a pretty close play over at third if he decides to go. He does not, and it'll be ball 3. Coach Schiffner deciding to send him back and make the Wildcat defense work a little bit harder for it. Not potentially give up the out, down by 7. And the pitch swung on and missed. Got him with the good fastball. So that will run the count full. Sepulveda just reared back and tossed it up there. And Duran not able to catch up with it. So it goes from 3-0 to 3-2. And Sepulveda ready, checks the runner. And the payoff pitch, and that one is going to be away for ball number 4. First walk of the game issued. And so now runners at first and second, 1 down with Angel Gutierrez to the plate. Gutierrez grounded right back to Sepulveda to end the second. He is 0 for 1. Same play here may result in 2, and that's what you would like to see. Pfaffenberger and Madrid giving each other a little business out at second. Sepulveda comes to the plate, and that one's going to be belt high, outside corner. Yes, sir. Strike 1 all day, every day. So the 0-ball and 1 strike count. Duran at first, Pfaffenberger at second. And Sepulveda deals. That one's going to be low. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Game 1 of this 3-game set. Final 2 games of the season in the series will be in Portales on Saturday. That one going to be in the dirt, ball 2. Of course, we will have that for you right here, Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. The Cats can hold on to win this one. It would be big. It would get them off a long losing streak. 2-1 pitch, and that one's going to be inside, ball 3. So the 3-ball, 1 strike count. Don't want to let Portales claw back into this one. So you need to bear down here. Madrid angling towards second to keep Pfaffenberger honest. Now he's back to his regular position. 3-1 pitch swung on and missed as Gutierrez over the top of that fastball. And it'll run the count full once again. Must-win ball games for both of these squads. Paredes holds the runner on. Sepulveda off. And Pfaffenberger retreats back to second. Nobody really holding him on over there. So the 3-ball, 2-strike count. Sepulveda checks the runners. Payoff pitch at the plate. Swung on, hit off the fist. That's a little bloop, and it is going to fall in. Handled by Duran. He's going to go over to second to Madrid, or pardon me, Barriga to Madrid to force Duran 4-6 for out number 2. Gutierrez will reach via the fielder's choice. Pfaffenberger moves over to third. Not that you really have to worry about it now because there are 2 down. And so Lalo Aranda to the plate, reached on an error, and then scored the only Portales run back in the third. So Aranda steps in. Rams at the corners, 2 outs, wouldn't worry so much about them. First pitch to Aranda at the plate is on the inside corner, called strike 1. So a 0-ball, 1-strike count. Gutierrez at first. Paredes holding him on over there. And he will go, and that one going to be popped up on the infield. On the charge is Madrid, but Sepulveda says, nope, I got this one. Goes out behind the mound and makes the grab for out number 3. Portales threatens, but comes up empty in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is Lovington 8. Portales 1. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
For Portales, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 2 runners on the base paths as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lovington up in this one, 8-1. I'm TJ Miracle. It'll be Madrid, Paredes, and Sepulveda. Heart of the Wildcat lineup due up, 3, 4, and 5. Madrid reaching and scoring in the first on a fielder's choice, singling and scoring on an error in the third. And the first pitch is on the outside corner to Madrid, and that will be strike number 1. So the 0-ball, 1-strike count. Madrid leading it off. He can find a way on good speed as he'll take that one off the fist right to the shortstop. Duran takes a little extra time this time and fires it across the diamond for out number 1. So 6-3 for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And now Auden Paredes to the plate. Paredes 0 for 2. He's reached on errors both times up. So Paredes ready to go. As Truett Price kicks and deals, the righty is high for ball number 1. Price 1 and 2 on the season with a 13.7 ERA. So on in relief, trying to keep this one where it is. Has a kind of a 3/4 sidearm delivery, and that one going to be popped up, and that one going to be just foul. That one would have been extra bases if it's about a foot further to the left. But it's just kind of a long strike 1. So the count evens up at a ball and a strike. The ball comes skittering back in off the throw from Pfaffenberger. So Price on the hill, been very efficient. One pitch in the bottom of the fourth to get out of the jam. Right now just 2, 3 pitches, 4 pitches, make that 5 now. Here in this bottom of the fourth inning, that one going to miss for ball 2 to Paredes. So 2 ball, 1 strike count. Price deals, swung on, that one's heading to the parking lot. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Price with that kind of 3/4 to sidearm delivery. Don't see that a lot out of a righty. He doesn't have nearly the velocity that Salgado does, but the arm angle can cause problems. Hitter's used to something else, as that'll be a chop shot, and that one going to take the bounce and get over the head of both Aranda and Duran. So it'll be a 1-out chopper single for Auden Paredes out to left. And the Wildcats going to try and get the line moving again. Now Juan Sepulveda to the plate. Sepulveda has reached twice via the error. Had an RBI his last time up and scored in the third. So the Wildcats want to just keep the line moving. If they could get 3 runs here and then keep another one from coming in, that would end this ball game. And so Sepulveda will step in 0 for 2, but he's reached both times. Paredes pretty good speed over at first, and the first pitch to Sepulveda is in there, called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Paredes leads off of first. Ballou holds him on. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that's lifted into the air to shallow right field. On the run, Pfaffenberger sliding and getting to it and firing in, and shows off the cannon and goes all the way to third. In the air from first to third, but it'll be a 1-out single to right for Sepulveda. Would have been a double if Pfaffenberger doesn't slide through it and get that one and twirl it in quickly. But the Wildcats in business here as Fidencio Lujan to the plate. Lujan 0 for 0 as Barunda back into run for Sepulveda. He's reached twice, walked, and then was hit by a pitch. He's also scored a run. So now runners at first and second, just 1 out, and Lujan to the plate. This will be the first time he faces off against Price. Price checks the runners. The high kick comes to the plate. That'll be a chopper to Duran. He'll flip it over and then come across to first, not in time, and they are just didn't get it twirled in time, so it'll be Lujan at first on the fielder's choice. Barunda is going to be out 6-4 for out number 2, and Paredes scores on the play at second. So no RBI, but it's still 9-1 in favor of the Wildcats, and they've still got a runner at first base with Jonah Wood to the plate. So Wood will step in, and he will take the first pitch to the parking lot, right side, strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. 2 down for the Cats here in this bottom half of the fourth inning. Wood 0 for 1. A hard line out to Nunez at second, which triggered a near triple play, and then walked and scored in the third. As the umpire goes over to collect more cowhide. 9-1 the score. Lovington in command of this one. Of course, anything can change. Must-win situation. Price on. And the first pitch into shallow right center. On the run is the center fielder Bamforth. Good technique. Uses both hands. So Wood will fly out to mid-center field for out number 3. But the Wildcats scratch another run across. We head to the 5th. It is Lovington 9, Portales nothing. Wildcat baseball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in, backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The Wildcats take the 9-1 lead into the top of the 5th. Welcome back. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for Portales as Bamforth leads it off, and Sepulveda's first pitch to him crosses the plate, and it will be strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Bamforth, Naheda, and Bamforth due up for the Rams. Trying to claw back into this one. The 0-1 pitch fastball. That one's going to be low and away. As things even up at a ball and a strike. So the one top 5. Cats trying to break a long losing streak. The 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to be on the outside corner. Buckled the knees of Bamforth. He saw it, but for whatever reason, wasn't ready to pull the trigger on strike 2. No, the open stance and the 1-2 pitch fastball, and, well, that wasn't a fastball. It bounced off the plate. Wasn't a curveball either, so it must have been something like a cutter. It was ball 2, no matter how you look at it. So it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Bamforth leading it off for Portales. Trying to climb out of an 8-run hole. Sepulveda ready, and the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down. 5th K of the ball game for Sepulveda. And there is 1 down for Portales as Ethan Naheda will step to the plate. Naheda, an RBI single his last time up. Also stole the base and got left stranded. He just popped it right back up the middle on Sepulveda on the first pitch he saw last time. And that one, the breaking ball, is going to just miss high for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count. That is playing back at first. And the 1-0 pitch, that one is going to be high for ball number 2. Had a little bit, doesn't have a lot of stature, but smaller strike zone, but he's not afraid to swing the bat. Goes old school, no gloves, and ding dong out. That's going to catch him. Umpire going to check. Is that one catch him in the helmet? Well, just under the helmet. So that'll be the second hit batter by Sepulveda as Nahera heads down to first. And so now Jacoby Bamforth to the plate. He led the game off with a single and trying to turn it into a double. Got taken out at second, so he was hit by a pitch his last time up, so he is 1 for 1. And the first pitch, runner goes as Romero can't handle it. It'll be strike 1 at the plate as Nahera gets the stolen base, taking off the chance of a standard double play. So a no ball, 1 strike count to Jacoby Bamforth, the leadoff hitter. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that will be a chopper up the middle. Madrid charges, fires to first, not in time to get the speedy Bamforth. Good throw. I think if Madrid doesn't pull up, seeing if Sepulveda is going to get to that one first. He probably has him, but it'll be an infield single, and now Portales in business. Rams at first and third with just 1 out, and Tommy Salgado to the plate. So Salgado, actually that's not Salgado, that's Price to the plate, who came in place of Salgado. Yep, you've got to start the game with the DH if you want to keep one, and they did not. So pickoff attempt, but Edis handles it, smacks down on Bamforth, but back in safely. So Price his first at bat of the afternoon with runners at the corners. Sepulveda kicks and deals, breaking ball, good pitch, strike 1 as Price moving out of the way of that one. But the good break is in there. So a no ball, one strike count. Price back in. Sepulveda to the plate, and that one is going to bounce off the turf, and that one's going to get away from Romero, and the wild pitch is going to let the run score. So the run comes in on the wild pitch, and Portales gets one of the runs they needed back. Let's Bamforth move over to second. As the count evens up at a ball and a strike, so the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Now 9-2 the score. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Sepulveda checks on Bamforth after Duran comes across, and the play swung on and missed. Pardon me, Najeda comes in to score. I don't know why he just didn't throw that pitch pretty much every time. Portales really hadn't caught it yet. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Bamforth the good leadoff over at second. Sepulveda ready to go in the 1-2 pitch. Had to get him with the high fastball. Price holds off on it, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count. Outfield playing about 2/3 of the way back. Left side of the infield, pretty much their normal positions. But Iga keeping the runner honest over at second, and the 2-2 pitch, curveball, and that one is in there. Ring him up, sit him down. 6K of the ball game for Sepulveda, and there is 2 down for Portales here in their half of the 5th. So now it'll be Pfaffenberger to the plate. He is 1 for 2. Flew out to left in the first and then singled, little bloop single to center in the 4th. So Pfaffenberger, the lefty, and Sepulveda deals, and that one's going to be low and in for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. A 1 ball, no strike count. Sepulveda comes to the plate, and that fastball going to be low as Romero bobbles it for just a minute and fires it over to third. As the speedy Bamforth was going on any bobble, will get the stolen base. And it is ball 2 to Pfaffenberger. With 2 outs, I wouldn't worry so much about it. Just worry about Pfaffenberger at the plate, I think. Of course, he is hitting over 500 on the year. Might not give him just a whole lot to deal with. 2-0 pitch, and that one, breaking ball is in there. Called strike 1 as Pfaffenberger comes out in disbelief. Looked like a pretty good pitch from up here. So it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Sepulveda ready to go, deals, and that one is going to break in there. Top of the zone, strike 2. Good pitch there. That one had just a little bit of sink on it. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. 2 down, a run across for Portales. Sepulveda deals 2-2, swung on, and Pfaffenberger gets it off the handle to stay alive. Pfaffenberger going old school too. He does not wear batting gloves. And it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Lovington trying to keep this right where it is with just 1 run having come across this inning. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to right center field. Going back is going to be off the wall before Lujan can get to it. Pfaffenberger heads for second and will be in with a stand-up RBI double. Cashes in Bamforth. Pfaffenberger shoots that one out to deep right field, and he will have the RBI double and 2 runs across for Portales. A hit batter has cost the Wildcats. So a hit batter, a couple of hits around some strikeouts, and Portales is clawed back to within 6. And now Luis Nunez to the plate. He is 0 for 2. Pfaffenberger at second. 2 outs, I really wouldn't worry too much about him. And the first pitch to Nunez, the cleanup hitter, is away for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. No, the 1-0 count. Checks the runner and the pitch, and that one is going to be away for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count to Nunez at the plate. And he is 0 for 2. Sepulveda, 2 4 2/3. Pitch count may be getting up there just a little bit. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one is going to miss inside with the fastball for ball 3. So pitching a little carefully to the cleanup hitter here. 2 runs across for Portales this inning. And I've got to think Nunez, being the cleanup hitter, is going to have the green light. Sepulveda on the 3-0 pitch, and that one hits the outside corner, strike 1. He did not have the green light. So he takes that one for strike 1. Pfaffenberger stands at second after the RBI double. 3-1 pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Dropped momentarily by Romero, but collects it quickly to keep the runner at second. So that'll run the count full to Nunez. He finds a way on. Adam Duran waits on deck. So Nunez back in. Sepulveda comes to the plate. Payoff pitch, and that one is going to miss low for ball 4. So he walks the cleanup hitter. Second walk that Sepulveda has given up, and the inning continues for the Portales Rams as here comes Coach Cruz. Wonder if he's just going to try and settle the troops down a little bit, or if this is going to be a pitching change. Sepulveda may be getting a little tired out there. He's pitched a whale of a ball game thus far. And he is responsible for 2 of the runs that have scored. So 2 of the runs were earned. And he is still responsible for both the runners on the base paths as Cruz heads back to the dugout. The umpire going to come in and break up the meeting at the mound. So Sepulveda going to stay on the bump. You try and get out of the jam facing Adam Duran. Duran struck out in the second, walked in the fourth, and then got forced out, part of a fielder's choice. So Duran 0 for 1. Going to look to keep this inning moving along for Portales. Angel Gutierrez waits on deck. So 2 down, 2 runs across for Portales. Must-win situation for both of these teams. Sepulveda going to check on the runner. Pfaffenberger out there playing around. Is that fastball going to be high for ball 1? Never quite understood why people do that. Guess he's thinking maybe he can distract the pitcher. Sepulveda, I'm really not worried about him much. Not with 2 outs, worry about the guy at the plate. And the 1-0 pitch curveball, it doesn't break nearly that much. Low bridge, Duran getting out of the way of ball 2. A 2-ball, no strike count. Nunez at first, Pfaffenberger at second. Sepulveda trying to hang on through the 5th inning. His team spotted him a 6-run lead, and that fastball going to miss low for ball 3. So a 3-ball, no strike count. 9-3, Lovington in the lead. But the pitching starting to struggle just a bit. A little work over in the Wildcat bullpen. And the 3-0 pitch, fastball at the letters, outside corner. Yes, sir, strike 1. So a strikeout, a hit batter, a single, a K, an RBI. Stolen base, a wild pitch. We've had a little bit of everything. 3-1 pitch, and that one is going to be low for ball 4. So that will walk the bases loaded. 3rd walk issued by Sepulveda. Pfaffenberger to 3rd, Nunez to 2nd. And now nowhere to put him with Angel Gutierrez, the catcher, to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to Sepulveda in the 2nd. Then reached via fielder's choice, was left stranded in the 4th. He plays the field right, but he bats left. My nephew does that. And the first pitch to the catcher is in there for a called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Outfield playing fairly deep, and Lujan over towards the line a little bit. In right and off the bounce over at first. Getting to it is Paredes, and he will take it over himself and tap the bag for out number 3. 8 come to the plate, 2 come across it for Portales. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lovington 9, Portales 3. Wildcat baseball continues in just a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
For Portales, they get 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors committed by the Wildcats, and 3 runners left on as Portales leaves them juiced. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning for the Wildcats, and it'll be Romero, Barriga, and Thurman. It is 8, 9, and 1 due up for Lovington. As Truett Price still on the mound for Portales. Going to try and keep this game right where it is. Lovington would like nothing more than to see if they could get a quick 4, knock Price out, and knock Portales out, and probably end their playoff hopes while keeping their own alive and breaking a, I think it's a 15-game losing streak too. So Price setting at the letters is ready to go to Romero, leading it off 0 for 1, and the Wildcat catcher will take that one away for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strike count. Price goes over his head before he sets, and now the 1-0 pitch, and that one going to bounce in the dirt, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Romero, Barriga, and Thurman. That is 8, 9, and 1 for Lovington. So Price ready. Has his sign from Gutierrez, and the 2-0 pitch swung on. That's a hard shot up the middle. Duran handles it in the hole and then fires over to Ballou at first in time for the out. 6-3 for out number 1. Duran, who's had a little trouble out in the field today, fields that one cleanly. Doesn't try to lay it or take an angle or anything on it. Just went and got in front of it, fielded it cleanly, and then fired over. And now Tristan Barriga to the plate. Barriga 0 for 1, but with an RBI in this one. Now Price will deal to the Wildcat second baseman on the outside corner, strike 1. A no ball, 1 strike count. No Barriga. Ready, and Price deals away. Things even up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Cats in control pretty much since the outset of this one. 1-1 pitch. That one will be away for ball number 2. So 2-1. Barriga turned it back over to the top of the lineup with Peyton Thurman. Lovington giving up 2 runs top of the 5th. Would like to try and get those back even though they lead by 6. And the 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. A curveball. Barriga was sitting fastball and got fooled and goes over the top, 2-2. Outfield fairly deep. Pretty much straight away. And the 2-2 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to shallow center field. Center fielder Bamforth has to take about 2 steps back towards the middle and just puts up the glove. Uses 2 hands. That is good form. So the fly out to center, 2 up, 2 down for the Cats. And now Peyton Thurman to the plate. Thurman 2 for 3. Struck out in the first, singled and scored in the third. 2 RBI single to center, and was left stranded in the fourth. That was also in the third. And the first pitch to the Cat leadoff hitter. Going to miss for ball 1. No 1-ball, no strike count. Like to get a 2-out rally going if they could. As the wind and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a slow roller foul over on the left side of things. This thing's even up at a ball and a strike. 2 down. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lovington up by 6. Price, since he's come on, has done a nice job shutting the Wildcats down. Having trouble picking up his delivery. That one will be high for ball number 2. Almost a sidearm delivery for the righty out there. But so far it is Cats. 2-1 delivery, and that one's outside, ball 3. So with 3-ball, 1 strike count. Thurman going to step out, readjust the batting gloves. Now he's back in. As Price ready, gets his sign from Gutierrez, sets up towards the middle, and the 3-1 pitch. That one going to drop in. Some late break to run the count full. So Portales trying to get their first clean inning of the ball game out of this here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Keep this at a 6-run ball game. Payoff pitch from Price swung on. That one is laced out into left field. Going to drop in front of Najeda. And so chasing a high one on a full count, Thurman shoots a little liner out to left for the 2-out single. And that'll bring Paul Sanchez to the plate. Sanchez 0 for 1, or rather 1 for 2. Singled in the first, walked and scored in the third, and then grounded out to end the third. So 1 for 2 officially. Runner at first, good speed with Thurman. Ballou holds him on. And the first pitch, runner goes. The throw down to second is in time, but not going to be caught and handled by Duran. But on charging up is Bamforth backing it up. So that will limit Thurman to just the stolen base. No error in the book because he is not able to advance. So it was strike 1 to Sanchez at the plate. 0-1 the count. Big lead for Thurman. Nobody really paying too much attention to him over there with 2 outs. As Price comes to the plate, and that one is going to be outside. Gutierrez doing a nice job trying to frame it up. Ump doesn't buy it, though. As the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Thurman, big lead off over at second. Sanchez shows bunt, pulls it back. He did not actually intend to bunt, and that one will be outside for ball 2. So it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that one using the 3-iron, going to dump it in, and the second baseman Nunez bobbles it, and another error will keep the inning alive for the Wildcats. That is the 7th error of the ball game. So the E4 keeps the inning alive. Thurman to third. Sanchez stands over at first. And now it'll be Jude Madrid to the plate. Madrid, fielder's choice and scored on an error in the first. Singled and scored in the third. Now runners at first and third. Runner goes. That's Sanchez. First movement. As Madrid going to take that pitch for strike number 1. So a 0-ball, 1 strike count to Madrid. Lovington trying to get the runs back. And the pitch, that one is going to be low. And away. This thing's even up at a ball and a strike. Thurman at third. Sanchez at second. Madrid at the plate. 2 down, but Lovington trying to get a 2-out rally moving. Price on the hill comes. Set, and that one hit off the fists, and that one's going to be backhanded by Ballou, and he has to toss it over to Price covering, but in time as Madrid didn't get all of that one by any stretch of the imagination, and he is out 3-1 for out number 3. So the Wildcats threaten, but come up empty in the 5th. We head to the 6th. It's Lovington 9, Portales 3. Wildcat Baseball back in a minute here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
The Cats threaten but come up empty in the bottom of the fifth. No runs on one hit, one error committed by Portales, and 2 runners left on. We head to the sixth. It'll be 7, 8, and 9, bottom third of the order, due up for the Rams. Juan Sepulveda still on the hill for Lovington. There's Aranda, Bamforth, and Nahara. 7, 8, and 9. And so our first pitch to Aranda, that one's going to be up and in for ball number 1. Reached on an error and scored back in the third, and then popped out to end the fourth. And it's a 1-0 count at the plate. Sepulveda throws the breaking ball, and it's in there, evens things up with a ball and a strike. So a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Cats and the Rams must win for both squads to keep their playoff hopes alive. 1-1 pitch, and that one's going to come inside and breaks late and does not hit Aranda, but doesn't hit the strike zone either. It'll be ball 2. So it'll be a 2-ball, 1-strike count. And the 2-1 pitch, fastball away. That will be ball number 3. So the 3-ball, 1-strike count. Sepulveda very efficient through the first 3 innings, but has really struggled the last 2 plus. 3-1 pitch, and that one is going to be low for ball 4. So that'll be his 4th walk issued. And it'll bring up Bamforth to the plate. Bamforth 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts. And again, Sepulveda starting to struggle. He's fought his way through the 4th, really struggled finding the zone in the 5th. And is having trouble again here at the start of the 6th. So runner at first, good speed, Aranda. And the pitch swung on and missed as Bamforth comes up empty on the fastball. And it is strike 1, so the no-ball, 1-strike count. Infield double play depth. Outfield pretty much straight away. A 1 pitch, took something off of that one. Runner goes, throw down, good throw, and burn him down. Nope, Madrid, they're going to say came down on him after he already touched the plate. It was a very close play, but the stolen base for Aranda takes off the conventional double play. It was strike 2 at the plate to Bamforth. Pardon me. So now runner in scoring position. Portales down by 6, trying to claw their way back into this one. Romero sets up well outside, and the 0-2 pitch fastball comes outside, and it is on the outside corner. Ring him up, sit him down. 7th K of the ball game for Sepulveda, and there is 1 away here in this top of the 6th inning. So now Ethan Naheda to the plate. 1 for 1 with an RBI, a couple runs scored. Was hit his last time up, and he'll take the first pitch from Sepulveda on the outside corner, strike 1. So a no-ball, 1-strike count. Aranda stands at second, leads off there. He worked the leadoff walk. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up on the right side and out of play. So a no-ball, 2-strike count. A little work going on in the Portales pen, too. So if this one continues, nobody working in Lovington's pen right now. There was somebody up in there earlier. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled off the end of the bat. Down past the first base coach's box and into no man's land down there. So the count stays 0-2. So the no ball, 2 strike count, 1 away. Lovington up by 6. Later stages of this one, top of the 6th inning. Sepulveda checks on Aranda over at second and deals the 0-2, swung on. That one's coming back up the middle. Slow roller. Madrid handles it. Takes 2 steps, fires across the diamond. Stretching out to grab that one is Paredes. Good strong throw to getting ahead of 6-3. It will move Aranda over to third, but now there is 2 outs here in this top of the 6th inning. So 2 away, back to the top of the lineup with Jacoby Bamforth. Bamforth 2 for 2. Has reached all 3 times. Couple of singles and a hit by a pitch. He's also scored a run. So Aranda, the third baseman, stands at third. And to Bamforth, the fastball sails, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count. 2 down, just worry about the guy at the plate. Pitcher Price waits on deck. And a 1-0 delivery. That one's going to be low for ball number 2. So a 2 ball, no strike count. Here's Sepulveda here. I think the plan should be just to attack. Especially as you start getting tired of later portions of the game. 2-0 pitch. That one will be ball 3. Just come in and attack here. I've got to think Bamforth. He does have a high average, hitting over 400. He's probably going to have the green light. His team needing to get 6 runs back. And so Sepulveda, the 3-0 pitch, and that one a fastball. Romero frames it up nicely. I don't think it matters. It would have been a strike anyway. So the take sign surprisingly was on for Bamforth. And now it's a 3 ball, 1 strike count. 3-1 delivery. That one will be inside, ball 4. 5th walk issued, and that will put Rams at the corners here in this top of the 6th. They've gotten 2 outs, but are struggling to find the third one. Is now a pinch hitter into the ballgame. That'll be Donovan Lucero. So Lucero on to hit for Price, who was 0 for 1. That means we will see a new pitcher in the ballgame come bottom of the 6th inning. So Donovan Lucero coming off the bench. And another lefty for Coach Schiffner. So runners at the corners. Bamforth at first, Aranda at third. Paredes holding the runner on over at first, and the pitch to Lucero. It's on the ground, takes a funny hop, and getting to it is Madrid, and he'll just take it himself to get Bamforth over at second. He will get the force out for out number 3. So Portales threatens but comes up empty in their half of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Lovington 9, Portales 3. Wildcat baseball back in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Portales threatens but comes up empty. No runs, no hits, no errors by Lovington, and 2 runners left on the base paths as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. New pitcher in the ballgame. It'll be Clayton Hamilton to pitch. Hamilton, the senior, with no record on the year. He has had 5 appearances, but his ERA is 31. So just watching him warm up, maybe a little bit of a control problem out there for Hamilton. It'll be for your Wildcats. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. That is Paredes, Sepulveda, and Lujan due up for the Wildcats. So again, taking a look at some of the other numbers for Hamilton. He does have a save on the year. He has 5 innings of work, giving up 16 hits and 30 runs, 22 of them earned, walked 8, struck out 4. So he does have a little bit of a command problem. Righty throws probably a 3/4 slot, at least in his warm-ups. That's what he does. So Hamilton on to try and keep this a 6-run game and get this one to a 7th inning. Lovington would love nothing more than just to get 4 quick runs and call it a day. So Auden Paredes will lead it off. He singled to left his last time up and scored. He is 1 for 3, but he has reached all 3 times. Reached twice via errors. And so now Paredes steps in, and the first pitch from Hamilton will miss away for ball number 1. Price in relief came on, did a nice job. Goes an inning and a third. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be away for ball number 2. And with 2 ball, no strike count. Actually, 4-5, he goes 2 1/3. Doesn't strike out anybody, but doesn't walk anybody either, and doesn't give up any runs. And the 2-0 pitch swung on. That one is high in the air to center field, but not very deep, as Bamforth takes it out about 250 feet. And so 3 pitches, 1 down for the Wildcats here in their half of the 6th. So now Juan Sepulveda will step up. He's also 1 for 3, but reached a couple of times via errors. Has an RBI, and Hamilton stepped funny, and so he's down, and he's not feeling good. You'd hate to see that, as I guess he just landed funny. We'll take that off of him. Sorry, I didn't see him go down out there. I was watching the play and then looking at my book. Well, it looks like he is going to be all right. Well, I think he just misstepped out there as the umpire wants to see the baseball. I'm going to give him a chance to throw things. Checking the shoulder. And so they're going to take the ball out of play, I do believe. Or did he step on the baseball when it came out? That may have been what happened. I have to go back and review the film. So they're going to make sure that he's okay. And he will deal. They're going to give him a couple of throws. Of course, big thanks to all of our great sponsors. Could not do this without them. You see them there on the bottom of your screen. You're hearing their ads. We appreciate all of them very much. Of course, after today, 1 district doubleheader remaining. Final day of the season will be coming up on Saturday. We will be in Portales. There at Ram Field. First game at 11. So Hamilton's all right, and now Juan Sepulveda will step in. Singled to right his last time up, then got forced out as part of a fielder's choice. So Sepulveda in as Hamilton deals. Sepulveda takes that one hard, but foul down the third baseline. So just a loud strike 1. 0-1 the count. Gutierrez still the catcher. Blue, Nunez, Duran, Aranda still the infield first to third, and ahead up Bamforth, Pfaffenberger the outfield left to right. 0-1 pitch. Fastball missing inside. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Of course, a chilly evening. Should be much warmer on Saturday. The 1-1 pitch swung on. That's a hard shot towards Duran. Eats it up at short and then fires over to Ballou. Plenty of time for out number 2. So quickly 2 up, 2 down for the Cats. Bottom 6. And now Fidencio Lujan to the plate. Lujan is 0 for 1. Walked in the first, was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. And then grounded into an inning fielder's choice. No, he was left stranded after the fielder's choice in the 4th. So the lefty right fielder settles in as Hamilton, the righty, deals, and that one sweeps across the plate inside for ball 1. A 1-0 count as the ball gets away from Hamilton. Then gets away from Duran for good measure and back to Nunez. Nobody on, so no harm, no foul. Don't ever want to be careless with the ball, though. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one's going to come in on Fido, ball 2. Just to kind of shimmy out of the way of that one. Of course, Wildcat triple header today. The Lady Cats doubleheader going on over at Lady Wildcat Field, cross campus. Swung on and getting just a piece of it is Lujan. His bat needed to be about 2 inches longer to make solid contact with that one. So now it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Hamilton checking the right leg. And he seems to be all right. And the 2-1 pitch, that one will cut across the inside corner and even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count, Hamilton on in relief. The Wildcats have not been able to take advantage of a pitcher with a 31 ERA, and the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is up over our heads and out of play. So the count remains 2-2. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Of course, back with you Saturday, final games of the season. Regular season for sure. And the 2-2 pitch outside with the fastball for ball 3 is Hamilton. Visibly showing emotion out on there. He puts the head down and kind of grimaces and is not pain. Umpires do see that kind of stuff, by the way. Payoff pitch, that one's outside, ball 4. And so Lujan works the 2-out walk. 6th walk issued by Portales pitching this evening. And now Jonah Wood to the plate. So Wood on the game is 0 for 2. Did walk and score back in that big 3rd inning where Lovington played at 7. So Wood will settle in, and the first pitch, check swing. Did he go? Nope. Holds it up, and it's outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count, 2 down. Lujan stands at first after working the 2-out walk. Wood, the DH, twirls the bat. And, whoa, inside, and that's going to hit him. Ding-dong, hit by the pitch. And so Cats at first and second. That is the second hit batter for Portales pitching. Advances Lujan to second, Wood at first, and now Jeremiah Romero, the catcher, comes to the plate. Romero 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd and then grounded out to start the 5th. He comes up in the 6th with 2 down and 2 on. 2 up for Portales in their half of the 7th. It's the heart of their lineup, 3, 4, and 5. Pfaffenberger, Nunez, and Duran. Hamilton on, trying to keep this a 6-run ball game. And the pitch, fastball away. And it is ball number 1, so the 1-ball, no strike count. Hamilton, the quick worker, the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed as Romero probably needed to get the pitching wedge out for that one. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Yep, I think he went golfing. 1-1 pitch, that one will be away, ball 2. In Hamilton, and just 5 innings of work, giving up 8 walks, along with 22 hits. Make him pitch to you. And the 2-1 pitch, that one will be outside corner, strike 2. As Romero kind of looks in disbelief, some groans from the blue and white. A 2-ball, 2-strike count. Romero with the hands up by the helmet, and that one will be inside corner, called strike 3. Romero was not ready for that one. First K for Hamilton, 3rd K overall for Portales pitching, and we will see a 7th inning. Back for the top of the 7th right after this. Wildcat baseball continues in just a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, They have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
For the Wildcats in the bottom of the 6th inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, but they leave 2 stranded. So we head to the 7th. Final chance for Portales, and they will have the heart of their lineup due up. And Carson Pfaffenberger, Luis Nunez, and Adam Duran. That is 3, 4, and 5. I'm TJ Miracle. Welcome back. The Cats with a run in the first, 7 in the third, another in the fourth, and that is their run production. Portales had a run in the third and then 2 in the fifth, and that's where their 3 have come from. On to try to close this one out is Auden Paredes. So Paredes, it is not a save situation, but on to try and lock down Portales. Sepulveda goes 6 complete and winds up with 7 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 2 hit batters. He is in line for the win. Sepulveda will stay in the game. He will take over at first, but he dealt a superlative game to get Lovington 3 outs from the victory. So Pfaffenberger will step in. He is 2 for 3 in this one with an RBI. And he also hit it hard his first time up, too. And he flew out to left. So he's the first batter that Paredes will face, and the fastball for Auden is going to miss for ball number 1. Pfaffenberger steps out and is pointing about something. Not sure what that's about. Well, 1 ball, no strike count. Romero set up on the inside corner against the lefty Pfaffenberger. And the 1-0 pitch fastball swung on, and that one is heading deep into left field. And on the run, Sanchez, it hits him in the face, and he comes up with it. Somehow he gets it. It hits him in the face. The ball pops out. He's falling to the ground. He's on his back in foul territory. The ball's still up, and somehow he cradles it and has the out. It is a ringing loud out to left field, but a highlight reel nonetheless. So Paul Sanchez out there with the miracle catch, and it is out number 1. Now the ump's going to talk about this. I thought I don't know. They may say that he dropped it. And yep, they talk about it in the home plate ump. And that's his call because he's got the look exactly down the line. And he never saw it hit the turf. And Coach Schiffner not going to come out and argue. So he must not think there's anything worth arguing about there. So it is a 2-pitch out for Pfaffenberger, and Sanchez with a highlight reel play in his final game of this 2026 season here at Wildcat Park. So now Luis Nunez to the plate. He's 0 for 2, but did walk his last time. And so Paredes will deal. All right, time to bust out the Bob Euchre as Harry Doyle just a bit inside for ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Paredes can be just a bit wild at times. And he'll deal the 1-0, and that one's going to be up and in for ball number 2. All right, you've gone behind him, now just in front of him. Maybe think about throwing something away here. Just a thought. You got a curveball, and Auden does have one. He doesn't use it real often. 2-0 pitch, and that one's going to be up and away, ball 3. So a 3-ball, no strike count. Nunez is the cleanup hitter. I've got a feeling we'll have the green light if Paredes just tries to serve him up a meatball. This Auden will set at the belt. And the 3-0 pitch fastball, that one is right on the outside corner. I'm a little surprised Nunez didn't offer at that one. It wasn't screaming hit me, but it was a pretty good pitch. But make him pitch to, he's struggling a little bit. 3-1 delivery on the way. That fastball is going to be low for ball number 4. So Portales has a runner on. And now it'll be Adam Duran to the plate. Duran's walked twice and struck out, so he's 0 for 1 officially. But he'll step in with a runner over at first. And Portales trying to keep this game alive. Again, both of these teams are down at the bottom of what will be considered for that 16th seed on Selection Sunday. Either team to get in is going to have to sweep and then need a little help. Loss probably will end the season as that one is hit sharply foul out into left field for strike 1. Again, with squads that already have double-digit wins, even though Lovington and Portales both playing in the toughest district in the state, you do have to put coaches' input and a whole bunch of other stuff into the equation. And with Los Alamos 12 wins on the year, Valencia with 10, Miamura with 11, Kirtland Central with 10, Silver sitting there with 9 wins, 9 wins out of Taos. Going to be hard for a 8-9 win team out of this district to go, even having to face Goddard, number 1 team in the state, and Artesia, number 2 in the state, and the defending champs. That's inside. As the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So must win for both these squads. Sepulveda holds on Nunez with good speed over at first. And Paredes deals the 1-1. That one's high for ball number 2. Just throw strikes here. You're on Paredes. You might need him in game 3 of this series too, so you don't want to get his pitch count up there too high. Pickoff attempt. Back in is Nunez safely. Sepulveda gets the ball to Paredes. Sepulveda would be in line for the win. As Duran back in, and the 2-1 is low for ball 3, and he signals out to Nunez, nope, don't go, Romero's got it. And it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count, so a highlight reel catch by Sanchez on Pfaffenberger for out number 1, then a walk, and now a 3-1 count at the plate to Duran. Romero sets up right in the middle, and the 3-1 pitch is high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks by Auden Paredes. Walks have been a bit of a problem for much of the Wildcat pitching staff, so now runners at first and second with Angel Gutierrez to the plate. Gutierrez, the catcher, grounded out to Paredes when he was playing first. Couple innings back. 0 for 3 is the Rams catcher. Now he's got Duran at first and Nunez at second. Trying to make this interesting, to put it mildly. The first pitch, and that one will be at the knees, inside corner, strike 1. So no ball, 1 strike count. Paredes with the fastball, a cutter, a curve, and a changeup. And then we'll come to the plate, the fastball, and that's going to get away from Romero, and that will let the runners advance down on the passed ball. And it was ball 1 at the plate. Duran to second, Nunez to third. And a 1-1 count. That one's sailing a little bit on Paredes. Portales going to do anything they can to try and manufacture runs because they know what's on the line just as well as the Wildcats do. And so the 1-1 delivery, that one's going to be high and away for ball number 2. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. 1 down. Gutierrez, the catcher, is hitting. With Duran and Nunez at second and third, respectively, after both walking. Paredes going to come to the plate, and that one is going to be right over the heart of the plate, knee high, good pitch. Evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2 strike count, the evening getting a little bit cool. It was pretty cool when we started things off here, but cooling off even further as the sun goes down. Paredes with the big breath and the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is fouled over the left side and out of play. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming up after tonight, we'll take tomorrow off because of the weather situation, and then we'll head up to Portales for a Saturday morning doubleheader starting at 11, a morning-afternoon affair. 2-2 pitch from Paredes, and that one swung on and getting a piece of it to stay alive. Gutierrez shoots that one out to the street. And with 2 strikes on you, you got to swing at it if it is close. So in there battling and running the pitch count up on Paredes. Portales would probably like to get him throwing enough pitches to where he might not be able to throw on Saturday because of the mandatory rest. 2-2 pitch outside, ball 3. So Paredes is using an awful lot of pitches. There's 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19. We're at 21 pitches already for Paredes. I got to think he's not going to be using them, man. The payoff pitch check swing. Did he go? Nope, he held it up. And that will walk the bases loaded. 3 consecutive walks. And Portales is in business as Coach Cruz is going to come out and talk to Paredes, trying to shut things down as Lalo Aranda to the plate. Aranda 0 for 2. Reached via an error and scored in the third, popped out in the fourth, and then walked and was left stranded in the 6th. So Coach Cruz is going to come out, and that'll do it for Paredes, maybe. As, yep, we are going to have a pitching change as Paredes just not able to find it on the plate and on the base pass. So coming in to try and lock this one down will be Angel Salas. So Salas on, the Wildcat lefty, to try and lock this one home for the Wildcats. With the pitching change, we'll take a timeout. Wildcat baseball continues in a moment.
NMJC, success through learning. My future's looking brighter. My life's an open door. New Mexico Junior College gave me the chance I was looking for. Affordable education designed to fit my needs. Now every day is filled with opportunity. NMJC, success through learning. NMJC.
At nmjc.edu.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
Back here at Lovington Wildcat Park as another pitching change as Angel Salas on to try and put out the fire. Lovington up by 6, but on Paredes on trying to close this one out. Could not find the strike zone to save his life. He got bailed out on the first out by Sanchez, who made a circus catch out in deepest part of left field for out number 1, but then 3 consecutive walks, and Coach Cruz having to pull Paredes before his pitch count got up too high that he could not be used if needed on Saturday. So now Angel Salas going to step in and try and shut this one down with Lalo Aranda to the plate, 0 for 2, but with a run scored. So Aranda will try and keep the line moving, just one out, bases loaded, force on any bag, as the lefty Salas will deal the curveball, and Aranda kind of a half-hearted swing. He was sitting dead red, not ready for the curve, and it is strike one. Wide and the 0-1 pitch, curveball swung on. That one will be chopped foul down the left side, strike two. So 0-0 ball, 2-strike count. Dead ball as the ball gets away from everybody. You got to be careful about kicking it around out there. Lucky that the umpires had still said that was a dead ball after the foul. So 0-0 ball, 2-strike count. All kinds of stuff going on here in Lovington. Of course, got softball going on across campus, then out over right field. You've got track meet. Swung on and missed. Got him with the curveball for out number 3. So ring him up, sit him down, 8th K for Wildcat pitching. And the Rams are 3 strikes away from their losing streak continuing. And Lovington 3 strikes away from breaking a long streak. So now John Bamforth steps in, 0 for 3. He struck out 3 times. But he tries to keep Portales in this one. So Salas ready to go, and the lefty will deal a fastball away. Ball number 1. A 1-ball, no strike count. Cats trying to break a 15-game skid. And the 1-1 pitch is high for ball number 2. I believe it's a 12-game skid. I'd have to double check that. Yeah, 12-game skid. So a 2-1 count. Salas deals. That one will be away. Or ball number 3 to Bamforth. So the 3-1 count. Gutierrez at first, Duran at second, Nunez at third. Lovington up by 6, but Portales threatens as that one's inside, ball 4. So Bamforth will have an RBI walk as that'll cash in Nunez. It makes this a 9-4 ball game. Duran to third, Gutierrez to second. And now the number 9 hitter, Ethan Najeda, to the plate. Najeda is 1 for 2 and is scored and has an RBI. And the first pitch is inside, and it'll be a ball. It gets away from Romero as Lovington pitching all of a sudden having trouble finding the strike zone. Salas came on and quickly struck out Lalo Aranda, but has not found the strike zone since. Is that curve going to miss? Ball 2. A 2-ball, no strike count. They're going to make him pitch. This becomes a save situation if another run comes in. So the 1-0 count. Salas deals. That one's in the dirt, and that one is going to get away from Romero. Keeps it in front of him, though. Crabb walks it up the first baseline. And we'll keep Duran over at third, but it is ball 3 now to Najeda. You really don't want to lose the number 9 hitter and turn it back over to the top of this lineup. With Bamforth and whoever they bat second. 3-0 pitch, and that one is right down the slot, and the take sign on all the way for Najeda. And it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. So the 3-1 opportunity here as Salas kicks and fires. That one is going to miss away for ball 4. And the 5th walk of the inning walks another run in as that will cash in Duran. Gutierrez to third, Bamforth to second. Now 9-5 is the score. And it turns back over to the top of the Portales lineup. Sepulveda pitched superlatively. Paredes couldn't find the zone, and now Salas not able to find the zone. In his pitch count getting up, we've still got a doubleheader to play at their place on Saturday. And you got to think about the pitching situation. So now Bamforth, he'll take the first one in the dirt, ball 1. 1-ball, no strike count. Bases still loaded, 2 outs, 2 runs across for Portales. as they try and force a bottom of the 7th inning. And the 1-0 pitch inside corner. Good pitch from the lefty Salas. Evens things up at a ball and a strike, so the two lefties battle. And the 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. So Portales is down to their final strike of the day. It is their lead-up hitter at the plate with the bases loaded. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air, but foul out of play, left side. So Bamforth stays alive. Just a 4-run Lovington lead. At one point, they were up by 8. But the offense has gone to sleep, and Portales has managed to hang around. Now one swing of the bat could tie it, and the 1-2 pitch, that one is in the dirt. Romero does a nice job corralling it. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes as we click past around 7:10. So a fairly long ball game. Big leads for everybody, not worried about it with 2 outs. And the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to be in there. Called strike 3, ring him up, sit him down. Salas finds the strike zone when he has to and will wind up with the save. Portales, though, will play 2 runs on no hits, no errors, and they leave the bases stranded. So Lovington breaks the 12-game skid, goes to 1-6 in district, 8-16 overall. Final line in this one for your Lovington Wildcats. They get 9 runs on just 7 hits. They commit 1 error, and they leave 8 runners out on the base paths. For Portales, they've got 5 runs on 5 hits. They commit 7 errors, and they leave 11 runners stranded. So the Portales team will drop to 7-16 and 0-7 in district, and that may very well have ended their playoff hopes. Lovington's dim hopes are still alive, but they're going to have to sweep in Portales on Saturday. We will be at Ram Field in Portales starting right at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning for the district closing doubleheader. Hope to see you there here on Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. For Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. For my partner in crime, Don Morgan, across campus over at the softball field tonight, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Park. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noel Mark Digital and KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody. We'll see you Saturday.